Hey, quick update. I'm not dead, I've not been abducted by aliens and replaced by a hologram or a cyborg or anything. I've just been incredibly busy renovating and furnishing my new place. But there's still been a lot going on behind the scenes, so let's talk about that and this. Now, I've always said that I don't give one-on-one advice to people where that information is then locked up out of reach for everybody else. Not wanting to do that was actually one of the core reasons why I even started this very YouTube channel. So that means I'm not going to reply to your emails if you want me to help you set up or fix your 3D printer. That means I also turned off Facebook messages on my page because all I was getting was help requests, and replying to everyone on private messages would take me about 30 to 40 hours per day. Worst case was when a guy I never talked to before actually called me on my cell phone while I was out with my family picking up a new car, and he wanted help on hooking up an LCD screen to his printer, and my brain just went into this like, what is happening right now mode. But it was a bit of an aha moment for me. So what I do today is that I try to reply to YouTube comments and tweets at me, because those are public and searchable and in theory will help other people too, without me personally having to type out the same reply again and again. But it still doesn't feel quite easy enough to discover, and hey, wouldn't it be nice if people were actually able to help each other out somehow? Introducing the forums at discuss.toms3d.org. I've soft launched these a few days ago and they are still very much a work in progress, but there are already some very constructive discussions happening there. I'll personally also stop by every now and then, but the forum shouldn't turn into a me show. YouTube is enough of that already. These discussion boards will be moderated as lightly as possible. Offensive and illegal content will get hammered, of course, but there will be no restrictions on opinions, brands, approaches, etc. If you want to discuss how to get your ANET A8 converted into a Core XY setup using TiVo parts, go for it. For now, the forum is a relatively simple PHP-BB board, which isn't the flashiest of forum softwares, but hey, it gets the job done. It's fast, it's secure, it does what I want it to do reliably, and that is what matters right now. I'm currently not earning a single penny from the forums, there's no ads on there, there's no sponsored posts or other crap, so these forums are really something I wanted for you guys and not for me. Now, I do realize that there are already some huge forums out there, particularly the RepRap forums, and each forum caters to a bit of a different group of users, so I have absolutely no intention of replacing those. I just felt like, there should be some place other than YouTube comments or Twitter conversations to discuss stuff and preserve those constructive discussions in a way where Google will be able to pick them up and make them visible to more folks like you who are looking to solve a problem. So feel free to join in at discuss.toms3d.org and let me know if you have any requests or suggestions. Next up, let's talk about Patreon, and holy crap, you guys are amazing. Thank you so much for the continued support, which as always allows me to create unbiased reviews instead of having the manufacturer pay for them, which seems to be way too common these days, and it helps me make ends meet even when I don't publish 3 viral fidget spinner videos every month. There are 2 more things I want to talk about here. First off, that 3K goal of getting an external editor for my videos. Well, we're not quite at 3K yet, but whatever, let's do that right now. I've got the next weeks of videos scheduled out and I'm hoping that having someone else do the editing for me will let me very simply make more and hopefully better videos. So let's change that goal on Patreon real quick. There we go, done, reached, let's do that. The editor is hired and I think I'll outsource editing for about 50% of the videos from now on out. The other thing, which you will already know if you are a patron, is swag that is happening. And that's a few things. First off, obviously t-shirts. The designs were done by a local artist based on the classic dragon and frog models in the Toms 3D low poly look. I'll have to figure out how exactly I'm going to handle getting these out to people, but the idea is that they'll be a thank you for my dearest supporters on Patreon, which is probably going to be over 100 people or so who are going to get some sort of merchandise in the mail. I'm also looking at tea or coffee mugs for this. Then of course, stickers, which are going to go out to a whole bunch more people than shirts obviously, and it also looks like I'll be able to get some custom filament made by Das Filament as a Patreon reward. I just saw these first pictures of the colorant, the master batch last night, and holy crap, I think it's going to be an epic filament color. We're doing the electric blue as a metallic tone, which actually almost looks like a bit of a flip-flop color. I'm gonna get some samples next week, and I can't wait to print with this stuff. Coincidentally, of course, it's matching the channel's color scheme, who would have thought, but it should also just be some really good PLA filament. Still working on that, it's not quite finished, but it's gonna be good. In other news, my move is slowly coming to a point where the biggest stuff is done. I'll finish the kitchen in the next few days and I'll finally be able to cook some food, so that's going to be great. But it also means I'll now have time for more video stuff again. And while I have been enjoying the process of getting everything set up here, I do feel horrible for not putting out a new full video for so long. But as I've said, production is ramping up again and I can start with a fresh mind and start pumping out new videos on a regular basis again. So, if you're already on Patreon, keep your eye out on your notification emails. I'll send out a survey pretty soon. Other than that, thanks for sticking around, and I'll see you in the next one.